What will commercial aviation look like in the future? Airbus is creating an aircraft that runs off of electricity instead of fuel. This engine cuts on fuel cost, and it's more quiet compared to the jet engine. Another thing that will change is the first class and business class seating in aircraft. First class will probably disappear because business class is cheaper and still has the similar experience to first class, so passengers will buy business class instead. The hub and spoke model is where you have an airline which has one big hub and it has multiple routes, but all of the routes connect to the hub and do not connect directly to each other. This was used by a lot of airlines back then, but is now used less commonly. The point-to-point model is basically where an airline has routes to every single airport they operate at instead of just having one hub. EcoClimb is a model created by Airbus. It's basically an idea where you have something that launches the aircraft into the air instead of having it use engines, which uses more fuel. And it also has a car that brings it to the gate. Budget airlines are basically airlines that don't cost a lot of money to operate. For example, Spirit Airlines and Southwest. They are capable of doing this because they have one type of plane, so all crew train for one type of plane, and the flight attendant can also be the gate agent, so it's cheaper. There is also a big possibility that drones will be in the air in the future for commercial aviation. What is the difference between the A380 and the 757? The A380 is built for the hub and spoke model where it carries a lot of passengers. Meanwhile, the 757 is used for point-to-point flying and is used for relatively smaller amounts of passengers. Of course, things always change, and sometimes things that we predict that will happen never actually happen. So, we don't know what it actually looks like in the future.
Created using Powtoon.